The regular league season on MFL has come to an end, and while we came up just short on automatic promotion, it was still all to play for in the playoffs. We could finally achieve our dream of promotion to the Stone Division. Shit, me in the dickhole. We lost the first game, but you know what, that's okay, because we get to have another bite at the cherry in the secondary playoff route. Oh, fuck me, are you fucking kidding me? We lost that as well? Look, I had a whole script written up and everything for a dramatic run to the playoffs, but then it turns out I did really shit, so we're not going to show that. But instead, and more importantly, MFL have dropped their biggest update since the inception of the game. First things first, a brand new logo. Oh my god, that's fucking amazing. Look, I don't really care, okay? I'm not here for it or against it. I've seen people complaining it looks too much like an 11 instead of an M with the dead space, which, you know, I can certainly see that, but I don't really think it matters. Eventually you stop paying attention to what the logo actually says and you just identify and associate the shapes and colors of it with the game itself. So cool, whatever, crack on with the logo, I like it, it's nice. But then next we can see the photorealistic project coming to fruition, turning the cartoon player images we've all come to know and maybe love into players who genuinely look pretty real. The power of AI, the uprising is upon us. Scholars will look back in hundreds of years and call the photorealistic project Ground Zero. We're all gonna fucking die to robots or some shit. This video's going well so far. I quite like the photorealistic project. I think it looks pretty cool, and it's probably the next legitimate step the game needed to take into attracting more users. I think, I'm not really sure. It definitely makes the platform look more comparable to Football Manager, for instance, which is the top of the chain in this kind of area, even if it's not crypto. And they've had regens for years on Football Manager and so forth, so I guess this gives MFL a professional and polished finish. And hey, I like them. The immediate switch from cartoon to photorealistic players will probably be pretty jarring for a season or two, but we're gonna get used to them, we're gonna love them, and we're all gonna have a great time. Wow, I'm really putting on the weird voice today. Okay, new card designs then. That's always kind of a big deal on each of the new Ultimate Team iterations on FIFA, and I can sort of see some inspiration from Ultimate Team in these card designs themselves, whether that's intentional or not. Again, that will probably help with marketing and pack opening clips in some capacity, for instance. And I mean, they look pretty good, you know? I don't immediately like love them, but I certainly don't dislike them. They're nice, they do the job, and you know, they're cool cards. Nice. I will say, as someone who is legally blind, colorblind that is, the cards do sort of blend together in terms of the palette a bit more, as opposed to the bright fluorescent cartoon colors that we currently have. But again, these designs do give off a more highbrow kind of vibe. I think the team MFL partnered with, Paper Crowns, they did a really solid job with this. Personally, I would just like the brightness and contrast upped by like 20% to get me where I want to be, but I'm sort of an uncultured swine when it comes to this sort of stuff. Okay, what else have we got going on here? We've got a pack drop of some kind with an Avant Premiere promo going on. Sounds pretty fucking French, and we all know what we think of the French around here. But hey, that's cool. I think that pack drop is probably going to sell out almost immediately with the current popularity and hype around the game, so good luck getting a pack there, ladies and gents. And then we've got some upscaling or refreshing of the app itself, improving how it flows a bit, changing the fonts and colors around and so forth to fit the new MFL era. Pretty cool, no complaints there. Hey, look, we can even look here, we can see the font has changed, and now the yellow bars have this little curve at the end instead of being just a box. Look at that, that's kind of fucking neat, you know. So I guess now would be a pretty good time to join MFL. If you're interested, there's a promo going on at the moment for Season 7. If you buy a Flink Club, you'll also get a starter pack with that, which includes 2 cards, so that'll be fucking swell. And hey, if you do any of that shit, I'd appreciate if you signed up with my referral link in the description down below, as I'm pretty close to securing a standard pack from getting my 10th active referral, and that would just be super swell and resonate with my soul extremely nicely. Now, I'll also say I did see 1 or 2, I won't say negative opinions about the MFL update, but maybe disappointed opinions perhaps. You know, there aren't any actual gameplay changes being added here with this large update. I suppose we haven't had a major gameplay tweak since player instructions were added. But, you know, I think the gameplay is in a perfectly fine state at the moment. Obviously, improvements can be made here and there, but, you know, with the work that's clearly gone into this photorealistic project and this update as a whole, there clearly wouldn't have been the resources to burn in any extra spot. So, you know, game updates hasn't been their priority right now. This is a strong visual update ahead of Season 7, and I have no doubt that between now and, say, you know, a landmark season, Season 10, there will be more of a stronger focus on gameplay improvements in general. But where does this leave my club ahead of Season 7? At least I make myself laugh, you know. If you can make yourself laugh, well, that might just be it. So I've had a shift in strategy, although only slightly. This did involve me selling a key player in centre-back Mark Gray for $35. The offer came in for him, and while he was the best defender at the club, with his age and progression, he seemed to be at the peak I could potentially sell him for. And we could even see from his player page here that he was technically stagnating playing for me in the Ice Division, so further progression would be limited. So we cashed in on him right now to allow us to diversify our funds on younger players to sustain the club in the future. I'm talking about buying younger Brexit players and throwing them in the development gel for 4 seasons at a time. Will this tactic pay off? I have no fucking idea. We're only 1 season into this, but right now, this means I have these players locked up for 4 seasons. I cannot use them, I cannot touch them, but eventually, you know, if I buy a few youngsters each season and keep the development center almost as a revolving door of training players up and shit like that, in the long term, you know, it's all going to be a constant influx of players each season coming into the club, you know, whether that's to be a strong asset in the squad or perhaps just to sell on for a bit of profit to allow me to keep buying more players to put in development center gel. It's an ongoing cycle, but that's the plan, and we're going to give it the good old college try. I'll catch you next time.